After seeing the prices of the new Topps Chrome basketball, I've come to the conclusion that Topps really doesn't care about anyone in the hobby. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, Collector Charles here, and I do not sound well because I'm not well. Sore throat, runny nose, all that good shit. And I promised myself I wasn't actually going to try to record a video today because of my voice. But after seeing some of the most ridiculous pricing I've ever seen, and this is not secondhand, by the way. Wait till you see this. Okay, I'm going to bring this up here. This is from Hoosier Pools. He's posted, and look, Hoosier Pools is a hobby friend of mine, fellow Cubs fan, as you can see with the W behind me. Even though I'm wearing a 49ers hat, it's football season. But anyway, Hoosier Pools is one of the most mild-mannered people in the hobby. Okay, he posted a video during the National Card Show and was the voice of reason about how crazy that show was, and he's not too far from Chicago, so it wasn't like it was a long trip for him. He was there the first day and then left, and he posted a video about it, which I would implore you guys to watch. So when he posts something about anything in the hobby, you should definitely listen, because he's not just somebody that likes to post stuff just for the sake of shock and awe. And this is also on his Instagram account. It's not even on his YouTube channel. Take you a good look. This is the brand new Topps Chrome Basketball Mega Box and Value Box. That's right, folks. This is retail. The retail prices for a Mega Box of Topps Chrome Basketball, $84.99 at launch. A Blaster Box, or Value Box as they call it, $50 starting out of the gate. And this is what Hoosier Pools had to say. I know I have a very tiny voice in the hobby, but as a longtime collector and lover of cards, I have to weigh in on this, and he tags Topps and Fanatics, so I hope they'll at least look at it. Topps and Fanatics Collect should be absolutely ashamed of their greed in the name of expanding the hobby. These are the pre-order prices of retail products. Retail has historically been the product for people who are ripping cards on a budget and has been known for its affordability in the past. Topps Fanatics has officially killed that notion, officially pricing out the average collector in a time where people are quitting the hobby in droves because of the expense. Until they correct this, Topps Fanatics has no right to talk about the interests of the collector or the hobby. What's the solution? Vote with your wallet and refuse to pay these absurd prices, and do not buy into breaks. Let this overpriced garbage rot on the shelf. And he tags himself, Sincerely Hoosier. So, here's the thing. I am all for this. I am 100% for this. And if I'm Topps and I'm an executive, this is what I have to be thinking right now.
And that's no good.
I mean, seriously. Seriously. What the hell are you guys thinking, Topps? Just what are you thinking here? I mean, my goodness. How crazy do you guys have to be? How crazy do you guys have to be to price something this high that's retail? And yes, I get it. It's the first time since 2009 you guys have had the license for basketball. But your prices are $10 more expensive for basketball than they were for baseball. And baseball's Chrome has been sitting on the shelves for months now. And by the way, Topps Chrome Baseball was one of the worst boxes of product I've probably ever opened and ever seen. The worst autograph checklist ever. And of course you got breakers saying, oh, the product was really good and this and that and other. Well, yeah, you made a shit ton of money off of it. Of course you think it's good. You think anything that makes you money is good. I got news for you, pal. Or pals, or whoever wants to listen to this. Like Hoosier Pools said, being a small voice in the hobby, I hope something gets amplified here. because this is bullshit. And I'm sorry to use that kind of language, but it's bullshit. I am not paying $50 for a box of Topps Chrome basketball, which will not have anything in it because the Topps Chrome baseball had nothing in it. You barely were able to pull a numbered card out of a blaster box of Topps Chrome. The mega boxes were $75. $75 or $70, I think, on launch. Okay, maybe a little cheaper than that. I don't know. I had sticker shocks, all I know, and I was looking forward to Topps Chrome because I was just back in the hobby, and I wanted to get in on Topps Chrome. Now here's the thing: the reason I didn't spend a ton of money on it is because Pete Crow Armstrong wasn't in Topps Chrome. But now there's Topps Chrome Update baseball that's coming out, and it's got a ton of Cubs in it. If they price these prices on the baseball update product the way they're pricing basketball, I will just be looking for the singles. It's as simple as that. I won't buy any product from Topps if they're going to keep doing this. And you think it's bad now? Wait until they get the football license. And I'm not saying Panini's an angel in all of this, because Panini's been price gouging for years. But Topps, which is going to, in essence, have a monopoly over this entire sports product next year, you got to do better than this, okay? Like Hoosier Pools said, you're pricing people out of the hobby. Just flat out pricing them out of the hobby. Don't know how else to put it, but that's what you're doing. I mean, let's just take a look here at the comments, for example. You know, totally agree, and I will not be buying any form of it. I'd rather spend $140 on a SpongeBob blaster. At least there's a good chance of something good. 1%ers hobbies now. I absolutely agree. Don't worry about being a small voice, my friend. What you're saying is 100% true. Besides the more small voices that complain, they form a one larger voice that will definitely be heard by Topps fanatics. Here's the thing, okay? I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything like that, but I frankly don't think Topps or Fanatics really gives a shit. They have Fanatics Live now. They have all these breakers, these stupid breakers like Filth Bomb and Mama Breaks, or I call her Mama Stinks because her brakes stink, and she probably does too. But this is a 1%er product, and breakers are going to fucking thrive on this because all they're going to do is pay that premium price for it just so they can be the first one to rip it and you know, and have it ready to go. So what I'm wondering is, are the people, the breakers that actually have some integrity in the hobby, like Run Good Live, for example, will he buy this product? Is he going to make a stand on this? Because I don't think he's got a choice. Because if he doesn't buy this product, he's going to be left out of one of the biggest launches in sports cards this year. And he's going to want his, you know, his family, his card family, I should say, to have product. And it would be nice if somebody was just like, you know what, I understand that it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, but I'm not going to buy this product. We're not going to break it because Topps is price gouging. It's bullshit, and we're not going to put up with it. But at this point, on the other hand, it might be the only way you actually are able to get these cards, unless you just want to pay this sick, ridiculous amount of money for it. And of course, you're going to have the posts of people paying for this kind of stuff. And then they're going to, you know, get shit talked, and then they're going to talk back and say, you know, be poor and leave me alone. Well, just in case someone wants to say something like that, you know, no, I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to be Professor Sports Cards and just go ape shit and start yelling and screaming and, you know, pounding my fucking fist on the pavement. And I've said the F word 3 times, for crying out loud. But here's the thing. We're all adults here, okay? We're grown people. And I'm sure kids have heard the F word a time or two. And you might hear a kid's first F word when they see the price of this product. When they want to chase a Cooper Flagg or a LeBron James or a Steph Curry, and their dad looks at it and goes, $50 fucking dollars? Are you crazy? Are you out your mind? And then what's that going to do to a kid? Think about this for a second, okay? this is back in like 1993 or 94, okay? This is when Flair come out. Not Fleer, but Flair. The Flair cards. The thick product. They had, I think, like the 80, 75 point card stock, right? Actually, this was in 96 because it was Kobe Bryant's rookie card. And I wanted it, of course, but the packs themselves were $5 a piece. Back in 1996. That was insanity. My dad looked at me like I had grown antlers out of my head. Like, are you crazy? Are you $5 a pack? But I bought them. I bought them because A, I wanted Kobe Bryant really bad. I actually got him, and I don't know what happened to it, but I did pull a Kobe Bryant. I pulled a Shaquille O'Neal too. Never pulled a Michael Jordan, but I pulled Kobe and I pulled a Shaq out of him. And back then, in 1996, my mom and dad were just absolutely dumbfounded that a pack of cards would cost $5. It doesn't matter how good the stock is, or how good they look, or what kind of quality they are. The insanity of paying that kind of price for a product was unheard of. And we didn't know it at the time, but we were in the junk wax era, peak junk wax. Everything was just overprinted, overhyped, overpriced. Well, not overpriced, but just overprinted, and then eventually overpriced. Nowadays, you can't even buy a pack of cards unless you're paying like $6 or $7 or even $10 a pack or something like that. Or, you could buy you a big old, what they call them, jumbo packs. For like $13, you can buy, I think, a Panini Select football for like $17. Hobby packs are like in the $25 range, which is friggin' ridiculous. But a kid who wants to collect a Cooper Flagg or LeBron James, and they see a blaster box, and they want to rip it. Okay. First of all, it's $50. Well, what about the hanger boxes? They're almost $20. They're $19.99 from $13.99. They've raised the prices on these by like $5 or $6. And at this point, it is Topps and Fanatics simply challenging people to see whether or not you're going to pay for this product or not. So, what do I have to say about this whole situation? The same thing Hoosier Pools had to say. Talk with your wallet. If you say one thing and you're dogmatic about it, but then you decide, oh, fuck it, I'm going to go buy a few packs, or I'm going to buy a box. I'm going to spend $100. Think about this. $100 will barely get you a mega box. You would have to spend over $150 to have a mega box and a blaster box. Think about that for a second. With tax and all, you're probably close to $200 just to buy one mega box and one blaster box of this product. And if you buy the hanger box, you're over $200. Tax and all. How is that not insane to people? How is that not just causing the biggest bunch of outrage in this hobby ever? No, it's not. You know why? Because the breakers are celebrating because they get the dibs on everything. They're going to break everything. They're going to pull all the big hits. And they're going to be able to say, hey, if you really want this product, you want it cheap, you got to go through us. You got to go through Filth Bomb, and their, stupidity. And you got to go through, what's that guy's name? I can't remember. The breaking company's named after, Rip Hamilton Rips or whatever they're called. Yeah. So, and I think Striker even rips basketball. Jabs doesn't. Jabs doesn't mess with basketball. Run Good Life messes with all sports. And, the same goes for pretty much every breaker in the hobby. Whatnot's going to have a fucking field day with this. You're going to see a bunch of the crack dealing. Well, that's what they may as well be. This may as well be dealing crack. And I tell you what, wait till this gets to the secondhand market. Wait till David Adams. And wait until Steel City Collectibles gets a hold of this. You're going to see these boxes on the secondhand market go for over $100 for a blaster, and probably close to $150 to $160 for a mega box. And we haven't even started to talk about hobby yet. You might actually see a $1,000 jumbo box of this chrome product before it's all said and done, if you even want it secondhand. And somebody will buy it. Because there's always someone out there with crypto or with the Bitcoin, even though crypto's taking a dive, over $15,000 lost. But those crypto bros, the young money will buy this in droves because they got to flex on you. They got to let you know we can do it. While they play Pop Smoke in the background and they look like they're about to rob a bank. But the reality is, if they heard a gun go off, they'd piss themselves. You know, it's just, it's bullshit like this. Which is why there are people leaving the hobby in droves. That's why there's products sitting on the shelves. That's why you see breakers sitting there. Floor's open, guys. Floor's open. No one cares. Nobody cares. I confess I was in a break. Yesterday's PCB breaks. I don't mind them. I like them, actually. I mean, they were overpriced a little bit. But he's pulling out logo fractors. Logo fractors from like 4 months ago. Oh, let's chase them MVP buybacks. With a logo fractor? Anyway, I broke Combat Anthology Panini because I can't find the boxes anywhere. It's $150, $159 out the door and everything. It's a little more than what you would pay if I went to retail. But that's $30. I can live with $30. And that's just a one-time thing. It's not what Panini has it at retail. That was the fee I paid just so I didn't have to get out because I've been feeling bad and I was sick and I was off work yesterday. But this is out of the gate from Topps. This is your price that you're paying at retail. Wait till you see the hobby prices. They're going to be outrageous. There's going to be a Breakers Delight. There's going to be a jumbo box. There's going to be a hobby box. Breakers Delight might push over $1,000. And I promise you it's not going to have $1,000 worth of cards in it every single time. Sure, you know, there's going to be an occasion where they'll have a pull of some kind where they'll be able to find, you know, a big Cooper Flag card or a Wembanyama card or a Magic Johnson card or, you know, his radiating rookies in there or, you know, something along those lines. But at the end of the day, Topps and Fanatics are going to end up being the death of this hobby if they keep this up. And they've not even gotten the football license yet. They won't have it until April of, I think, next year. Or maybe even later than that. But they're not even, oh, by the way, Topps isn't even releasing football this year. They've said, forget it. We don't even want to bother with the unlicensed stuff. We'll just do our licensed stuff next year and let Panini just have it all. And if you think these prices are bad, you're going to see a $100 mega box of football come out. I promise you that. I promise you. It'll be close to $100 because people are going to pay for this. They're going to pay for this stuff right here. And the average Joe's going to sit there like, what the hell is wrong with you all? And the young money's going to be like, be poor, you know, cry about it. Yeah. Yeah, there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in basketball. There's no crying about this. There's anger. And for those that want to pay this, fine, pay it. Waste your damn money because it will. I promise you it will be a waste of money. I don't give a damn how many posts there'll be on Sports Card Nonsense or on Top site where they pulled only 10 in the world of a Wembanyama or VJ Edgecombe or Cooper Flag or whoever. That's your 1% of people pulling these cards. The other 99% ain't pulling shit. I can promise you that. I know I pulled Topps Chrome Baseball. I didn't pull hardly anything that was worth my money. So we're at 20 minutes here. I didn't realize I was running that long. But at any rate, I'll conclude with this. We've had a lot of problems in the hobby over the past few months. Between shill bidding, between Arena Club just being a flat-out gambling site, digital repacks all around, and just the regular repacks, and the hobby influencers just simply being in it for the money and not for the hobby, but then trying to let you believe that they're in it for the hobby. The bottom line is this. Collect how you want to collect. Collect with intention, not compulsion. Do not be persuaded into buying this product by the internet or by the influencers. There's going to be loaded boxes. There's going to be loaded packs from retail that's shipped to them. And they're going to rip, the hits are crazy out of this. Oh, there's product left and right coming out of this. Don't buy into it. Literally, don't buy into it. It's all a mirage, guys. And at the end of the day, if you want these prices to come down, this stuff has to sit on the shelf. And Topps and Fanatics have to understand, okay, people aren't buying our product. They're not buying into breaks. We need to figure something out. But we all know what'll happen. The top 1% will buy it. They'll make fun of us. And Fanatics won't do a damn thing about it. Anyway, like and subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about this. Are you going to buy this stuff at this price? And if you are, I would love to have an explanation why. You don't owe me one. I would just like one. Thanks for watching.
And that's no good.